Taiwan Special, episode 2 of the week. Now, I just mentioned in yesterday's Taiwan Special that America, that Taiwan and China both have old school incompetence cultural issues. That's going to be what this war is always about. The victory is going to go to the one who's less competent. Or no, incompetent. The victory is going to go to the ones who are less incompetent. Now, actually, in the Chinese-American War that's coming up here in just a few minutes, or days, or months, or whatever, and the victors are actually going to be the West. The world is basically going to pick China apart, piece by piece. They're going to there are all these different provinces that are just irritated with Beijing. Beijing is one of the most irritating government centers on the planet, if not the most. They are masters at making people hate them in other countries and in their own country. If you want to know how to alienate friends and repel people, you need to go ask Xi Jinping and the Chinese government. No one is as masterful at making people hate them as much as the Chinese government. Even Russia's good at making friends. China is not. Even Russia. Yeah, you ever wonder that? Why do Russia and China get along? It's because Russia doesn't care about China. Russia doesn't like China because nobody likes China. China doesn't like China. They have self-esteem issues. People who respect themselves don't act this way. China's security problem is that they need to invade Taiwan, and that's their number one issue. What kind of thinking is that? Think about that. What kind of thinking is that? But this coming brewing Chinese-American war will start over Taiwan. And as I mentioned in the last podcast episode, Taiwan's got incompetency issues, and so does China. And it's going to be, it's going to be like watching two people that just shot each other in the leg and both gave each other a broken arm. It's going to be like watching them try to beat each other up. It's going to be like, almost like you've got to be inhuman, like you've got to not care about people in order to even watch this fight. It's just like, it's like, what? As I mentioned in the Pacific Daily Times Symphony editorial this week, April 8, Cadence, America has finally figured out how to irritate China most effectively. Now, this is breakthrough. Look at me. Look at me. I don't care if you're on the podcast and you're only listening to audio. Look at me. America has finally figured out how to irritate China the most with the least amount of effort. They did it last week. 2 weeks ago, they didn't know. Last week, they know. This is breakthrough. America is an excellent provocateur. They're the little brother who knows how to tickle the older brother just right so he gets angry and punches him. America's government will sit there and they'll smack themselves in the face and then they'll say, "Don't hit me!" And mom in the front seat doesn't know who hit who and then blames the older kid. And then now there's more anger. America knows how to do that. Oh, they can play that game so well. And like I said in the Symphony Cadence, China, they have a one-child policy, so they don't get sibling rivalry. They don't understand it. So, as America, I wonder if the strategists at the Pentagon thought about that. How could we provoke China? Well, they don't have many siblings, so they don't understand sibling rivalry. So we could use classic sibling rivalry tactics to irritate them, and they'd never know. I wonder if someone said that somewhere. I just wonder. Probably not. But it would have, but I'm claiming it. I'm the first one who said it. Okay. When China strikes Taiwan, thus sparking the Chinese-American War, it will not happen at the hour America chose. It will not happen at the minute America chose. It will happen at the second America chose. America knows exactly how to tweak China just right so that they get so angry they see red and they don't remember anything afterwards. You know those people? I've known two of them that I know of in my life. That they have this temper problem, and when they get angry, they see red and they forget what happens after. They forget what they say, what they did. I had a friend in college, very good person, moral, ethical, Christian, very good person. But, we all have our issues. And one of his issues, he told all of us, I have anger issues. Like, it's a problem. I get angry and I see the color red and afterwards I forget what happened. And we were talking and I don't know, some touchy topic came up and he said, Jesse, like, this is my good friend. He said, Jesse, you've got to go away because I can't see you right now. All I can see is the color red and I can't see you. And I don't know what I'm going to do. And afterwards, I'm going to forget. And you've got to get away because I'm so angry right now because of what you said. And we've got to deal with this later. Like, get away from me. Like, I remember that conversation. I've met other people. They get mad and say stuff. And they tell me what time their house party is going to be at the mansion and where it's going to be and who's going to be there. And then like later on, they're surprised that I knew, and they're the ones that told me. Like I've had that happen with rich rageaholics. So that's China. They get angry and they only see the color red and they don't even know what they're doing. And America has found the turnkey to activate it like that. So, I mean, this is breakthrough. I don't know that people are getting this. This is breakthrough. America's been trying to provoke China, but this week, what it was, just by talking about selling F-16 Model Vs, it's the latest, greatest F-16, just by talking about it, America has enraged China. By talking about it. I don't think it was really meant to be real serious talk. I think it was a social experiment to see what would get China angry. So, all right, transition. What I was going to say in the last 2 minutes, which turned into 4 in the previous episode. Right on topic today. What does it mean? If America knows how to make China angry and attack Taiwan so that America can provoke China into starting the Chinese-American War, and it's all China's fault, with Taiwan as the flashpoint, if America can time that to the second, which they can, why would they? Why would America decide that now is the time? I mean, America, I don't like war, but there is an argument that we need a war with China. Not we need a war, but we need the inevitable war to happen now while China is weaker and we can win it. There's this argument. We've got to hurry up and get this thing out of the way while we can win. So why would America decide that, which time? Now's the time. Okay, we need it tomorrow at 5:37 and 14 seconds. Like, why would America do that? Why would they decide it? It's all about logistics. What's public sentiment in America as far as being against the Chinese? There's more bad news coming out about China every day. It's like they come out with new ways to have new stories. China is really unpopular. Trump knows how to make trade negotiations fall through like that. He did it with Kim. I don't think that, as I mentioned last week in the podcasts, I don't think that Trump failed with his negotiations with Kim. I think he sabotaged them. I think Trump made Kim want to walk away on purpose so that North Korea would be a permanent problem for China in the North. That's what I think. you've got to have China surrounded if you're going to have a war with China. And by having a mess up in the north, well, it's just as good as having them surrounded. I think that's what that was about. I think Trump knew that Kim was never going to listen. I mean, if Kim had agreed to the good demands, we want you to take all your nuclear weapons, put them in an envelope, mail them to America, we get everything, and here are all the plans you didn't know that we have because we see everything anyway. And so shut it all down, and then you can have money. Those are the quote-unquote gangster-like demands. Yeah, had Kim done that, that'd be good. But I think Trump knew he wouldn't because he knew Kim never will do it. And so he just sent Kim home angry. Now, why would America decide that now is the time to provoke China to a war? Why? I'm out of time. I'm going to have to get to that tomorrow. See you then.